Hello everyone, welcome on in and happy Thursday. I hope everyone is having a great day today. It's been warm here today. We had 22 degrees in the shade. And I hope everyone has geared up for some high stakes infiltration today. But before then, just Psycole!
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I mean, thank you for the bit, but yep, heart works. Where was I? I was just getting started. Alright, music you're listening to right now is by Adrian von Ziegler. You can find out more about his stuff if you type in !music 2. Sound effects and music during the game will be by Sirenscape. The overlay and starting a soon screen and the maps that might be featured or made by me incarnate. That chest weasel over there was made by Pointy Hat Studios. You can also find him over on YouTube. And yes, if you want to check out what we've done in the past and the latest episode of Rails of Morning that got uploaded today, and some shenanigans related to that, you can check out our YouTube channel. Also, if you want to catch up with all the 8 coins for the Ferryman episodes, you can find those there as well as the Obojima one-shot. And if you want to come and hang out with us, Lillith is on point today. We do have a Discord channel where you can see some fantastic art, some fantastic people, hang out and chat, see some absolutely weird memes. You can see Psycole try to traumatize people with links he finds on YouTube.
Hey, I'm sure we've all really appreciated the goose growing eggs in your lungs.
The what now?
Go to the YouTube channel and watch the clip I put in. It traumatized me, and therefore I wish to share with everybody.
Yes. And if you want to know what you can do to help or hinder the party, you can do what Lillith has done and type in !perks in the chat, including the newest possible point redeem, which is the Wandering Boss.
Do not do it. Whomever it is that may be saving, do not post the Wandering Boss.
Just for a little bit of a reference, it's higher level in this campaign because they are higher level. Not by a whole lot though. And also because you have so many magic items and working together shenanigans happening. My poor Nightmare Shepherd is still feeling the pain. Note to self. Don't throw non-flying monsters anywhere near a druid that can cast tidal wave from an elevation. That will end the encounter pretty quickly. Speaking of, let's go around party and introduce people. Vits.
Hello, I am Vitskugga, and I am playing Artemis Braveheart, the human Drake Warden Ranger without a Drake, but a lion instead.
Lillith. Hi, cat. Lillith, you muted?
Oh, sorry. I was coughing. Hi, I'm Lillith, or Lily. I'm playing Ciridelia Woodwind, the queen of the party, and the brain, apparently. Murderous idiots. Yeah.
Jason. You're muted.
Nope, not working. Nope.
I did understand the slip saying what the fuck.
Yes, we all read that one.
Mhm.
Nope. Well, I heard that.
I heard that as well.
I don't even know what that was, but it was high pitched.
I think he might have been saying eat.
Well, while we wait for Jason to come back, Psycole.
Hi, I'm Psycole, and tonight I am playing Yanis, the rogue warlock, and general idiot of the party.
Oh, you're
no?
not doing the thicker than.
It's working, Jason.
Well, I am thicker than Lizzie's planks, but yes.
Thicker than that ass.
What?
What?
Jason, who are you playing?
Hello. I'm playing Neri, resident pink-haired druid. I'm sure he's got a pink ass as well, but
Oh, I thought you said pink person, and I was sort of thinking, given the proclivity to get into combat today, probably appropriate.
now I said thicker than ass.
Eh?
I
Not
just
Lizzie
had an
Foster.
image in my mind of a pink two-headed Kerberos running around with a handbag and bonking people over the head with it.
Two handbags.
No, you hold it. One head is to hold it still, and the other one is to slam the handbag down on top of it.
No, that would work. A really big handbag.
Yeah. Then hi, I am Ardana or Joe or you there, since Lillith is here. I'm the GM and channel runner around these parts, and I make absolutely no attempts or pretensions that I have any idea what these guys are going to do today. So, anyone want to give us a recap of what happened last time? Crickets.
I don't take notes. It's part of his character.
Yeah.
Oh.
The rogue did
Well,
stupid shit.
the thing is, a lot didn't really happen. Basically, all that happened last session was stopping the rogue from trying to go up to steal from Traxxas, the ancient red dragon, after Artemis was shooting 2 arrows into his ass. And we managed to
Yes.
drag him down after we've been invisible. Whoops. We were just walking down as Neri was planning to murder a whole... Can I call it a village?
Warband.
Warband village. Of
What is a
Minotaurs
warband?
that has kidnapped his mother.
A
Or at
fortress.
least we think... At least we think that's where his mother is. We're not sure. And we all agreed on around a campfire when we have gone all the way down that we needed a plan. Or Siri decided we needed a plan because we don't go blind into shit.
We always go blind into shit. We're a D&D party.
And also quite
At
literally,
least
'cause
let
most of us don't
Siri have the
hearts with them.
brains.
I mean, not wrong
We
on
make
all
the plan,
accounts.
the plan fails. We throw the plan out the window.
You're
least
quoting
pretend-
what's his face
at least-
from Captain Cold, aren't you?
At least pretend to have a plan. And since Artemis is bad at lying, Siri gave her some gold so she could pretend that she was her bodyguard, because then she wouldn't be lying because she paid her to be her bodyguard. Neri's gonna be a lizard? Tiny lizard? Was it? Or was it a spider?
Something
It's
small.
going to be a tiny creature And he was going to sneak in with Yanis.
Yeah, and Yanni's gonna be invisible. And Neri's gonna be in Yannis's pocket. While they sneak in, Siri told Traxxas there was gonna be a flying ship coming into his territory. Please don't burn it down. He was like, okay, sure. Even though he's very interested in a flying ship, are we gonna pretend he's not interested? And Siri contacted Lizzie, basically saying, come here. Come here. We need you. We need to pretend. We need to get there. So everyone slept. And then poor Lizzie came. And we needed to tell her the plan about going into a warband of minotaurs, and she was not impressed. With maybe getting, like, fire, harpoons, more fire. Siri promised that wouldn't happen to her. Because Siri's plan is to pretend that they're sky pirates. That is there to deliver meat. And I believe that's about it.
Yep, sounds about right. You can take a point of inspiration if you want it. If you already have it, you can bounce it to someone else.
You and I both know I use up my inspirations.
Yay!
And I have inspiration now.
I would take notes, but Artemis does not know how to read or write, so no notes for me.
What are you? I just found a very weird stat block.
I need a stat block of like
Concerning.
a really venomous spider. That's what I need. Venomous spiders can like kill a person with one bite, and I want to know where the frick this stat block is.
Face spider.
Yeah, but that's not
No.
tiny, is it? It needs to be like
No.
like the
Well,
tiny, like a black widow is so small, and you wouldn't be able to see it. And there's nothing like that in D&D, and it really annoys me.
I
I
agree.
There you
think
with
there's
that.
a reason.
All
Yeah,
right.
there's probably a good, yeah. There's a fairly good reason, and it's DMs don't want to deal with that shit.
DMs don't want to
Tiny
deal
spider.
with conjurations as it is. I personally don't really care because I'm not running your conjurations in the fight.
No, I do that.
And if you decide to summon, I don't know, 16 wolves, well, you're getting a swarm now. So that's, yes, you're not getting 16 tokens that all have their own initiative. It's gonna be a swarm, and it's on your turn. So that's how
I
you
understand.
that's how you
think
deal with that.
Swarm stat blocks.
Yeah, basically you give them all of them 1 hit point, and you give them the same abilities, and you can pretty easily make.
Hit point.
You have 16 wolves that have disadvantage on every damage they take because swarms. All right. If we're all as comfortable as we are going to get, I'm trying to figure out why Sirenscape is being dumb. Because it's very low. That's why it was being dumb. All right.
These spiders can I summon?
As the sun gently rises over the canyons around you, the red dust kicking up in soft swirls around your campsite. And there is a faint scent of autumn in the air. fuck's sake. There's a gentle scent of autumn in the air. You see the large hull of Lizzie gently hovering over where you've made camp the previous night. All of you are geared up and are ready to set out. Lizzie, both happy and a little bit concerned that all of you are here and in obvious need of her assistance for some reason or other. As she rises slowly off of the ground, you see further to the west the large mesa of Phobos stretch out in front of you. And you can see like the glittering of various types of red stone in the rising sunlight, creating all this almost fascinating mosaic of orange and reds and yellows. The lulling of Lizzie's sails increase as the sails fill up, and with almost a content sigh, all of you hear, "So, where can I take you today?"
To the Minotaur Warband. Onwards, Lizzie.
All right. With
And he's just kind of standing at the front of the boat with his leg up on the ground with his trident out.
with a creaking and a shifting of the deck below you, you get a sudden scent of tar and leaves as Lizzie picks up speed and heads westward towards where you saw what could be a warband on top of one of the mesa plateaus in the distance. Let me do something real quick. As you approach, the form of Lizzie casts long shadows ahead of you, and you can feel this almost anxiety from the ship as you move closer and closer to the warband itself, until eventually, maybe half an hour or so after you set off, you come over the red sands and stone, leaving the rolling cliff sides of grey and greens behind you. It's almost a perfect divider between where the mountainsides of the volcanic range ends and the Minotaur lands of Phobos start. It's almost like someone drew a line across it. And not too far off, I'm going to do this.
I see nothing.
I know, it's being dumb. Hold on. Dynamic lighting. Daylight mode. There we go. That should help.
Yo.
Refresh.
Let's see.
Hold on. I haven't put your tokens on the map either. That could help.
That
Could help.
could be why.
You will be approaching from there. And for some reason I can't find my Lizzie token, which is very annoying.
As we're getting closer, I'll kind of walk up to Siri and I'll go, so was the plan that I kind of sneak off the boat whilst you're distracting them? Or was I supposed to sneak in before they saw Lizzie?
Which do you think you'd prefer? You're the more educated in sneaking.
I much prefer a good distraction, but it shortens our search time. So
I am pretty sure I can make quite entertainment for minotaurs.
maybe we should also get Lizzie to circle the camp before we come in, because then we can try to see whether or not we can spy any likely locations from the sky.
That is quite a good idea.
They probably don't have many air defenses because they don't expect to be attacked by the air 500 feet upwards.
I'm more concerned that, given how special Lizzie is, they decide it's a brilliant idea to board the ship and take it over. Leo, Artemis, make sure you yourself look big.
So, do you have a sign when I should start shooting or anything like that?
Wait until Siri tells you.
That'll work.
And if she can't for some reason?
Well, if Siri can't tell you for some reason or another, or you hear myself or Neri screaming at the top of our lungs as we're running towards the ship, that's normally a good idea to start shooting.
Or if you see any tidal waves.
Right.
Yes, tidal waves, maybe a
Ha!
few
Like
eldritch
ice
blasts,
Found you.
those type of things.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
All right. So what are you deciding on? Are you circling or are you?
Yeah, so I think we'll circle to see whether or not we can see something. See anywhere that might be a prison or somewhere where they may keep captives of some sort.
And then maybe land around there. On the opposite side. Yeah.
All right. You can notice as you're starting to circle around the ground seems to be littered with various types of tents and smaller buildings. Really don't need the line of sight blocking right now because you are above everything. So we can actually remove a lot of that.
Just turn off dynamic lighting. That'll remove it.
That makes sense. There we go. And you see this large group of really, really big individuals. Easily twice any of you all size. Towering over the area. And some of the ones closest to the edge are starting to point at you from beyond what looks like tall barricades. You can see wooden barricades that had been set up and lined with various what looks like totems and bone chimes that ring in the soft breeze. And each of them seem to be very easily able to dismantle and set up again. All the tents are the same. They can be easily taken apart and then put up again at a new location. This is an extremely mobile group of individuals. And as you slowly move a little bit closer, you can see that there are a lot of the trophies hanging are skeletons. There are not a whole lot of things wearing armor or clothing or anything, but like bleached bones that are like hung on top of these barricades as a warning, like don't cause trouble. You also you can hear that soft whistling sound of wind coming in the canyons between these mesas, and the cliffs are steep, tall. The one that you're circling around right now is maybe between 60 and 80 feet. And the wooden bridges that lead back and forth are the only ones that seem to be leading in and out. This is an extremely well defended position. Except from the air, because you don't see any anti-aircraft anything, because Lizzie is basically the only flying ship that you know of.
Let's just kill them from the air. They can't do jack shit.
Saying that, you
Stick
do
them out
see
first.
you do see that there are like packs of javelins and spears that can be thrown, but you don't see any ballistas, you don't see any catapults, and nothing like that.
I'm good to give a scroll of call lightning to both Artemis and Lillith.
All right.
Excuse me.
Excuse me?
You get a scroll of call lightning.
What am I supposed to
Okay.
do with this?
You break the seal. The spell appears. A huge cloud appears over this entire area, and you rain down lightning.
Do I have to be able to read it?
No. It's kind of a spell in a bottle kind of scenario. You'll innately know what to do. That's what my spell scrolls work, I believe.
Yeah, because rangers can use call lightning, I think. Can they?
Are you doing BG3 rules on spell scrolls or 5e rules?
I tend to. BG3 is more fun. Let's go with that one. As long as it matches the casting type. So for druids, clerics, and rangers, it would work because you all use wisdom. College of Lore bards can learn all spells, so that would also work, which Lilith is.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that a wizard cannot use a druid spell because use intelligence and not wisdom. But yeah, College of Lore are a bit weird in that way. I think because they can learn.
So
But
this spell Artemis is a nature spell. It's an elemental one. You use nature magic all the time, right?
Sort of, yeah.
So it's nothing to do with your intelligence. It's all to do with how you feel the air. The very...
Will this interfere with other magic that I'm using?
It's a concentration.
So
But you can
I
still shoot
can't.
arrows.
Okay. All right.
But this is more of a cause mayhem spell. Yes.
Well, if you trust me with this, I will cherish it, and I will use it wisely.
Okay. These two are for this situation. If you don't use them, I wouldn't mind having them back. Okay. I'm just saying,
Okay.
if you need to use it to save my mum, this is why I'm giving you it.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, you both have a scroll of call lightning.
Nice.
All right. So that's Neri. What are the rest of you doing as you, like, Lizzie is keeping this a little bit of a distance away from the camp as she's circling around. She doesn't want to get hit by whatever they can actually throw at her. So she's about, say, 60 feet out from the camp at all times.
I am taking a good scan of the camp, both to kind of orientate myself so that I know where I'm going whilst invisible, and to see whether or not there's any likely locations for anything that is like a prison or where captives might be being held.
All right.
Maybe something that's guarded, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So give me a perception or investigation check. Your choice.
Well, I'm not going with my -2 intelligence modifier.
As
18.
Lizzie passed by, you do get that scent of, like, burning of wet wood that hasn't been allowed to dry long enough. There's a bit of smoke. There's a scent, a bit of a scent of wet fur, and that dusty you get from desert. You hear gruff talking back and forth. Someone calling out, pointing towards you. But as you pass around, I'm gonna say over here, you do see what looks like on the other side of 2 tanning racks a group of individuals. Now I placed them in the wrong place, but there seems to be a group of 4 individuals that are much smaller than the others, and looks to be, just based on building clothing, 2 men and 2 women. None of them seemed like downtrodden or dejected in any way, but they look dirty, like covered in sand and grime. And one of the men is sitting on the ground, like more of a almost have given up the fight kind of deal. One is pacing back and forth, stopping from time to time, as you see a minotaur figure that is a lot larger than the others just look over as the pacing man comes closer, making the pacing man turn back and move away. And the 2 women seem to be talking back and forth. One seems to be older than the other. The older one is holding what looks like some form of like chef's tools, doing something in preparation of something. Neither of them look particularly hurt, but you can clearly see that they are very wary of where they are, and from where they are in the camp itself, it would be difficult for them to either get out or for you to get in without being noticed, unless you have other means.
I don't know what you're implying, DM.
I'm saying that if the rogue with the invisibility cloak decide to run in, he might have a chance, but your regular commoner trying to get out of this warband on their own, that's going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
Do I notice any, like, I can obviously see what's on the map.
Yes.
Do I notice any, like, additional troops across the bridges or anything like that? Do I notice anything like potential additional uncounted for dangers?
From what you can tell from where you're at, scanning the area, you see that by each of the bridges, there's at least, if not standing next to, there's at least one Minotaur keeping an eye on each bridge. But no one seems to be on the bridges or on the other sides of them. As for hidden dangers or unaccounted for dangers, you can see all around you, like, the cliffs are incredibly dangerous if you fall down. You're gonna get severely hurt if you land after falling off. When you land after falling off. There are also a lot of carrion birds around. So you get the sense that people die here a lot. Creatures die in these lands a lot, because you see the carrion birds just circling.
Do I see any explosives, flammables?
You do see
anything like that?
like campfires on the ground in the camp itself. Nothing that screams explosives, but you can see what looks like barrels or kegs that probably have some form of alcohol. You're not sure if it's high enough to be flammable, but you can see what looks like kegs.
How structurally sound do these bridges to the other plateaus look like?
Strong enough to take on a big ass minotaur.
They look pretty sturdy. They have this warband has easily been able to cross them, but they are made out of rope and wood. So you could probably cut the ropes and make them fall.
Okay.
Hey guys, do you think I should go on one of the ropes and lure all the minotaurs out onto the bridge and then we can just blow it?
I still think the best option is to try and distract them by arriving at a different part of the village, whilst myself and whilst you and I go in and see whether or not we can work out one of them is your mother, and then decide whether or not we're going to rescue the rest of them.
Why not
Speaking of his mother, do we see her?
You have seen, like, from circling around, you see the Minotaurs, and you've seen 4 smaller individuals. You're not sure at this distance of any similarities or anything like that, but you know there's depending on how much you've talked with each other about it, you know there's an older female humanoid, there's a younger female humanoid that looks buffer, and there are 2 male humanoids walk in this camp.
None of them are tied up or anything like that?
No, none of them are tied up.
Do we see anyone that is tied up?
Not as far as you can tell, no.
And none of them, from this distance, looks like the perfect ice sculpture that that Neri made the previous day?
You're a little bit too far away to be able to determine that. There's too much like in the way right now.
Okay.
You would have to get closer, and you would have to convince Lizzie then that is a good idea.
Okay.
What's the plan?
Well, I was going to suggest that if Lizzie was so kind to fly underneath one of these bridges, myself and Neri could jump, or fly over. Myself and Neri can attempt to jump down onto one of them to sneak in from a different location, and then you guys can double round to an alternative location, possibly over here, to land and distract them. And then we will create a ruckus of some sort for you guys to come and collect everybody. How far can Lizzie move? How quickly can Lizzie move?
Lizzie's pretty fast. She can probably trying to remember her stats from last time, but I would say without hurrying, based on the fight with the twins, she can probably her fly speed is about 60 feet.
Okay. So the best option then might be that you guys land and cause a distraction here, and Neri and I hop off here to see if we can infiltrate to find out whether or not any of these 4 smaller individuals are the person that we seek. Weirdly, he has become some super focused individual now that he is in a situation where he's trying to steal something from someone.
Hi, cat. All right.
Well, I guess we'll get to it then.
All right.
Okay.
So as far as
If you want to distract them by setting them all on fire, I'm okay with that. I will put them out on out.
Siri, do you have any objections to that plan?
We'll see how it goes with the distraction first.
I mean, I'm able to shoot everyone in the camp. The camp is within my reach. So.
Well, worst case scenario, you guys can haul off and take them out from afar.
Worst
Could
case
also burn the
scenario, you
bridges.
would hear a big boom and there would be fire everywhere.
That too.
Not on you, Lizzie.
Yes.
I should hope so.
I mean, we
will
could burn
keep
the bridges
Lizzie
and just starve them to death.
Yes, but then they would probably eat their captives.
After
I have
we
no
rescue
idea.
the captives.
I have never met a Minotaur before.
After we rescue them.
Rescue the captives, we can burn all the bridges and just leave them to starve to death because there's nowhere they can get off this bridge. This bridge.
Now, let us put on a show, shall we?
Yes. And then Yanis will turn to Neri and say, so which pocket do you wish to be in?
Which do you have like a pocket on your chest?
To be fair, he has got lots of pockets. And the imagery that I have for him is he's got like a proper pirate's jacket with pockets and buttons and everything like that everywhere. Not entirely fitting with the setting, but
Just pick a random pocket then, and he will. What do I turn into? I'll turn into a scorpion. He turns into a small scorpion.
great. And then what he'll do is I'll instruct Lizzie to kind of take us low and slow over one bridge, over this bridge to the north.
All right.
And then come in over here to land for Siri.
Okay.
Land for Siri. But as we get over here, I'll put the cloak on and I'll kind of use the slippers of spider climb to climb down the inverse face of Lizzie, so that as she comes over the top, I can just kind of take a very small drop down onto the bridge, and then Lizzie kind of slides down underneath it, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I
Very
love that
casual
idea.
drop-off.
Yes, I love that idea. That is very cinematic in my head. Just yeah, you can absolutely do that one. So Neri and that's Leo. Where did everyone else go? Neri and Yanis, both of you are on this bridge. Yanis, please make me a stealth check. As
I'd
you
like to point
land.
out that I can't control my token, by the way.
Why?
And Orion is not on the map either.
Why are you being dumb? Where's your token? There's your token. Oh, because it's generic token again. Why can't you just stay as Artemis, you little piece of...
Is this generic? Oh, this is not generic. I can drag it out myself.
No, I had placed it on, but the token that was placed on the map just didn't represent Artemis.
Cool.
So, that's fun, I guess.
If you can move the token, I don't see a problem. You just click on the character sheet on your thing.
I'm here.
I'm moving over there, and I'll drag out Orion as well.
Yep.
So you want a stealth check, which will be with advantage because I is be invisible.
Yes.
Oh, there's two series. One's in
Yes.
the middle of the map.
One is now very
She said tiny.
Yeah, they became
What the
really
hell's going
tiny.
on?
I don't know what's happening. Roll 20! Stop being mean to me. There you go. Now I just have to move the chest weasel away from the large minotaur. Alright. Okay. Yeah, you have absolutely no issues landing. Like, the rest of you see the rope bridge swaying just slightly with Yanis's weight, but that's it. You don't even hear, like, a pebble fall loose.
It does it like the piss take Superman landing, that not a superhero landing that the Black Widows do in the MCU.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he does the
Well,
hair
just
toss
like-
as well, and then he's like, "Oh shit!" And then he pulls the place on the cloak hood is on top.
Yeah, you just hear a from one of the minotaurs looking towards, like, guess it was the wind.
It's just the wind.
And then it gets an arrow in his face, like in Skyrim.
And you call the
Has like
entire
3
camp
arrows
down
in
on
the
him.
head.
Yeah.
Like 3 arrows sticking out in his head, like, must have been the wind.
Yeah.
What was that?
Skyrim. There's one reason only I don't use bows against dragons in Skyrim. It's because I did that once. And my arrow vanished. I missed the dragon, it vanished. And then suddenly on my screen I had a bounty of 1,000 for killing a guard.
What
I was
I
like,
love is when it goes into cinematic mode and it flies between the dragon's legs, and you kill the rabbit that was behind it, or something like that. And it's like,
Oh god, I did that with a freaking I think it was a fox or something.
worse,
I was
it's
like
chicken.
I was like missing right above the dragon.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh come on, and I was like, wait a minute, why is it still slow-mo? And it took like 4 seconds, and then it hit the poor fox. And I was like, why are you there? Why haven't you run away?
All right. So with the two sneaky sneaks, what are the rest of you doing? You were continuing on Lizzie, or
Siri
I-
has
I
made
don't-
herself
Continue the fight.
very rough.
okay?
She has roughened up her hair to look like a little more like piratey, open up her shirt a little bit, went over to Leo, ripped up his shirt a little bit to show off some muscles.
Oh no!
Looked at Artemis being like, you can show a little bit more cleavage too, I think.
And
Cleavage.
Leah's just like, I'm just not here.
Oh,
And
just
he
show up
realizes
some...
what you're doing, and he's like, oh, okay. But not the time.
Yeah, so she will go up to Artemis, like, ruffle up her hair a little bit, open up her shirt a little bit, like, making her look a little more rough.
Mhm.
And when you speak to me when I'm here, I'm Cinder, if that's okay.
Cinder.
Cinder, yes.
I like that name. You should name yourself Cinder. I really like it. It suits you.
Oh, thank you. And she will basically take out something that none of you have seen yet, and it's a raven mask that she puts on. Now. Or, well, more of a nightingale, but who cares?
Hmm.
It's a blackbird. Black blue. Now, let's put on a show, shall we? And she would do the most piratey thing ever and stand up on a mast, holding one of them.
Nice. All right. You pass by over towards the next bridge, and you can hear the gruff talking, some scrapings. You see the group of smaller looks like humans look up and follow the ship with their eyes. And you also hear like a call. Do any of you speak Abyssal? I don't think so.
No, I don't speak Abyssal. I speak Infernal.
Yeah.
I can't look on Leah's sheet, so I don't know if he speaks.
Oh, did I remove
I don't think he
that?
does.
Don't think so. Did I remove that from you?
Yes, I think so.
Might have. But you hear like it sounds like. No, you should be able to look at it. Okay, let's do this then. But it sounds like a call to action of. Why is Leo so bloody hurt? I don't know.
I'll put him back to full health. Long rest. There we go, long rest.
But it sounds like a look, or a similar proclamation. And as the ship moves in closer towards this bridge, you see the larger of the Minotaurs step out from where he was standing by the tent, to turn around and look at the ship, just following it with his gaze. Anyone who wants can give me a history check.
Oh no, anyone.
Well, anyone who sees this, which wouldn't be Neri or Yanis because you're too far away.
Leah knows now.
Hey, let's go.
For Siri and Leo. Siri, you kind of recognize the description, but you're hard to place. Leo has no idea, like, big minotaur. Yay! Artemis, somewhere in the back of your mind, bells start going off. Of a time years ago, where you were ambushed by a giant minotaur. Compared to you, at the time, they were big. They're still big. A little bit different now, though.
Is it the same?
Again, you're pretty far off, but looks very similar.
She just points towards that one and she says, "That one is dangerous. I've seen him before."
He looks quite big.
I need to kill that one, so be the death of me.
Let's take it easy first. Let the guys do their job. We'll see what happens after.
No, I need to kill him.
Will he
Not
recognize
right
you?
now.
I need to kill him.
Yeah, but not right now.
After.
We can't hear this.
No, but this is Leah. Leah's like, seconds. Give us time to get the mother out.
Fine.
Maybe stay on the ship if he'll recognize you. We're screwed.
And as
He did
the
ambush me once.
And he will live to regret it after we have gotten her out.
Or he won't.
You can see Siri turn her head toward Leo and be like, he can't see the disappointed face because of the mask, but she's like, okay.
Why are you so good at playing Leo? This is bad. Alright. You get to where the rope bridge attaches to the two mesas, and you can see that two of the minotaurs have stopped by where the rope bridge comes in by the barricades, just like pole barricades that fence off this region. And both of them are hoisting great axes. Both of them seem to be like jagged and serrated along the side. And on the you get this kind of odd metallic dusty scent as they stand there waiting. And a sound starts ringing out over the camp as they are now on alert for something. And then you hear the footfalls of the larger of the minotaurs approaching, but stopping just by this taller building. It's basically like, imagine a tent on stilts a little bit. So you have what looks like storage crates and such under it, then the tent, and then the roof. But he stops there, and these other two are standing in front of the barricades. Just waiting. See, like,
So,
if you're approaching or... Yeah, sorry.
much do you guys trust me?
If you
I mean-
promise, if you promise, I can kill the big one with my life.
Adored, yeah.
We've like, you know, we've done stuff. So yeah. You know, I trust you.
Then, she will basically make the rope longer and just slide down to not let Lizzie go any closer.
Good luck, Miss Siri, and the rest of you. I do hope you return alive.
Thank you, Lizzie. That's very comforting.
Be ready to pick us up.
All right. Well, good luck.
Why are you rolling insight?
I was just wondering whether or not Lizzie was actually sincere. But as I can't hear it, it's a joke, so don't worry.
Yes. All right. Slide off the rope. Land on the rope bridge. You feel it swaying a little bit as you land. And as you land, you hear a gruff voice calling out, "Strangers in our midst. What do you want?"
Pleasure. Well, see, hearing there's a band of very hungry minotaurs. A sky pirate as myself. Had an idea to maybe come here and get some profit.
Never heard of a sky pirate before.
As you can see, and she points to Lizzie. I guess you've never seen one either. We're quite rare.
Boats go in water, not in the air. But
And yet here she is.
yet here she is. How? You're not bringing food because you're nice. What do you want?
And she kind of like puts her fingers up and do the money thing, like, some profit would be nice, or information. That's what I live on.
This warband have no use for money. But we
And
can
maybe have some
trade.
rumor.
Rumors or goods we can trade. Or we can just take your
Mm.
things.
Well, that sounds quite interesting, actually. I am quite needy of someone to clean my quarters.
I like your style, little bird.
Oh, thank you.
And Leah just slides down and lands on his ass.
At least
And
you
I
got
need
the
more.
jester covered.
Yes,
And he kind of stands up and makes himself look big.
but he has some perks in fighting. Lucky for me. He might, and she kind of goes a little bit closer, very, like, not threatening. She shows no weapons or anything.
Mhm.
And she goes here, and he might not have the brains, but he has some muscles.
Well, brain Brains are not useful if you can't hit things.
Yes.
No.
What's the use of a brain if you're not smart enough to use it?
From half a second, you see like grinding of cogs. Just click, click. And then. True. Very true. What do you have to offer?
Well, we managed to get 2 rocks. The birds, just so
Oh.
that's clear. And we are in a lot of meat. We have a lot of meat. And I would hate for it to spoil.
So the bird
see.
brings bird meat.
Ah, I see you are on the funny side.
Artemis is just glaring at him constantly. And
Put
her
out my skin down. Joy. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
and
Smart.
has both of her like hands like where her scimitars are, and they are like not, her knuckles are completely white at the moment.
You travel with an interesting group. The Tin Man. Well, the Bronze Man. You're a bird. Your ship flies.
Well, we are sky pirates, and you may call me Cinder. It's a pleasure to meet you. You're quite
Cross
a
it.
spectacle.
Oh, really? Now.
Yes, I have never seen such a big and mighty minotaur.
I've stayed alive thanks to it. Well, we're doing introductions. This is my war band. I'm Mogistros. You.
Has she heard of this name?
Give me a history check.
Please. Oh, thank God.
God.
Artemis' grip kind of tightens even more, kind of shaking.
Mogistros is, from what you know, one of the most prolific killers of the Minotaur war bands that travel through. Brain not remembering what land is called again. Phobos. And from what you remember, Mogistros usually just stays in Phobos, but tends to branch outside, and has traveled as far as the Setessan Woods. If the coin and the opportunity for slaughter is right. And he's on not as high of a status, like legend-wise, as Timele and her warband of Leonin, but he's getting there.
And she will use this as a praise, like, I actually heard first about you, then the Leonin. Interesting.
See it like a half grin, just, I'm outpacing the kitty cat.
Yes, I heard more impressive stories about you, actually.
Well, that's as it should be then. Speaking of kitty cats, it's gonna look over and look at Orion. That one for sale?
No, sadly not. My bodyguard here has quite a bond with it, and it's quite handy.
I can tell it has wings. Reminds me of something I read as a child. Can't remember it now, though.
You can read.
Well, it must have been that important if you can't remember.
Yes, I can read, little one, and you're right. You're a little tense, bodyguard.
I mean, would you blame her? Look at you. You're quite huge compared to her captain.
I'm quite huge compared to most things alive.
Yes, this must really be a scuffle for the other minotaurs. They look... And she looks at them a little bit like, huh. They look quite puny.
And yeah, you look beside, on either side of Magistros, you see these two minotaurs. While they're not, they're not small creatures at all, either of them. Both of them tower over you, Ciri. They are like half a foot, almost, shorter than Magistros. And slimmer.
Mm-hmm.
And looking closer, the three, Leo, Artemis, and Ciri, all three can see that there's this kind of weird glint in Magistros' face, in his eyes. A kind of a red sheen to the irises in his eyes. And as he grins at you, you see this kind of like a green tint at the corner of his muzzle.
Is it like he's decaying?
You don't really see any decay, or you can't smell any decay either. But you are reminded of the statue of Mogis you found on the way to Phalanx's temple.
Oh yeah, where the cultists were.
Yeah.
The one now is destroyed.
Yes, that one.
Whoops.
And
But what do you have to trade if we give you some meat then? Like I said, I might need some lives because frankly none of these two are good at cleaning.
well, trading for meat can give you rock. Can be quite. Rock is good meat, but can give you
Yes, and there's
spears.
two of them.
Two, right? Well, it can give you spears. We have a few. We have some of those over. Can give you a tent. One of the runts fell off a cliff yesterday, so we have a tent to spare.
Aww.
We have some good cooking.
Oh.
Yeah, picked up a lady a while back. She's a really good cook.
Oh, I would love to taste her cooking if it's that good.
I prefer not cooked meat, but she makes it taste good. There's a little tint to it though, so sometimes tastes a little off.
How
That's
about
fine.
I give you some free rock meat to taste from this so-called cook of yours?
That sounds. I think we can make a deal here, yeah. And as Mogistros leans down a bit to look closer at you. We're gonna flip on over to our infiltrators! Yay! So, Neri and Yanis, you are currently standing on this rope bridge, completely hidden from, and you saw the a group of minotaurs start following where Lizzie was going. Among them, this towering minotaur that seemed to be the leader has seemed to be dragged to that space. You also notice that the attention of most of the camp seem to be there now, to just see what is happening. So I'm gonna move this guy here. You know that, like, if something is happening and everyone is, like, trying to not leave their post, but still, like, trying to see what's happening?
Yep. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to creep in and we're going to follow this outer edge here.
All right.
And we're going to come in, and hopefully between these two leather racks, I can get to here, and then I can kind of whisper very quietly to Neri to say, give me 2 clicks of your pincers if your mother's here. And then kind of like
out the pocket.
Yeah, and kind of like up into his like neck kind of area, because you'll still be covered by the cowl, so you can kind of still look out as the scorpion.
All right.
And you can just feel his spiky legs trapping
Click,
into
click,
his
click, click,
shirt
click,
and
click,
skin as it goes up. Probably wanting to get rid of it.
It's fine. It's fine. It's on his neck. If it'd been on his chest, he's ticklish. You're screwed. I'm joking.
All right. So, Neri, you look up, you climb up, and you look around, and at first you only see the large man. It's human man. Seems to be interested in what's happening over on the other edge, and you can see that, like, you see Artemis, you can see Orion, you can see Leo and Ciri in some form of disguise, talking to this huge minotaur. Easily bigger than anything you have killed with the sandal in the past. And then you look, the human man moves. He's still kind of pacing a little bit. And you see sitting on what looks like a barrel. You see your mother sitting, cleaning out this cooking pot. Her hair is a little bit disorderly. She's covered in sand, but she doesn't look hurt. More, so here was because I couldn't find a better token, but yes, next to her is a much younger human female with shaved sides, wearing a lot more like hide type armor. Standing next to her, Lyra's sitting down. She is currently holding what looks like a large pot that it looks like she was cleaning, but now her attention is also towards what is happening.
Stop. Right into the neck. And he just keeps stopping.
Okay. He will yelp because he asked for clicks, not to be stabbed by the scorpion. And then he will kind of walk behind it and kind of walk to here instead, so that he can try to whisper and catch her attention while still hidden.
All right. Yep. You walk around and there's a younger man sitting on the ground, looking a little bit like fine, like he's given up trying to do anything. And then you there's a little, like, it's a little tight between the tent where Nair's mother is sitting and this man, but you can get in if you like shuffle a little bit.
I suppose he kind of leans in, but he's kind of he doesn't want to get stuck. So
Yeah.
he'll lean in and he'll whisper. Does anyone know a Neriti's here?
That's what I was doing. First of all, we're gonna do a one of these guys.
Ah!
I did roll a 28 earlier on, so we might be okay.
Yes, you did roll a 28.
You might have to roll again.
And
like
then
deception or freaking.
that was a perception check, yes. He just
Oh,
rolled
that's
under your 28.
Fuck me.
Because, here's a newsflash, nat 20 is not guaranteed success. If you roll under someone else's, you don't succeed. But you see this Minotaur right here, as you yelped, starts looking around, and then it goes back to paying attention to what's happening over here. And then you, from you see like jump from the older woman, and then who is asking?
A friend. If you know him, we're here to get you out.
How?
We hadn't quite thought that far ahead.
If you know him,
How do I know him?
if you
Well,
know
he's-
him, what's his favorite color?
I mean, I fucking hope it's pink, because that's all he ever talks about.
All right. How do you think we should... How are we getting out?
Well, I wanted to take you back towards the bridge, and I'm going to test your jumping skills for when the ship comes down and underneath it.
Okay.
Or
And Neri's like crawling off of you and towards the ground. It like starts like stabs your chest. Like, let me down, let me down.
well, what he'll then do is kind of like almost then reach forward so that Neri can kind of climb down his arm whilst he's still hidden, and then this, I presume, pink little scorpion will suddenly appear on the floor next to this woman.
She doesn't know he's a wild ship yet.
Oh, okay.
And you learn
Anyway,
this after.
fine. But anyway,
She's
a pink
cat.
scorpion suddenly appears on the floor next to her.
And
Oh.
and I'm gonna head back in because
All right.
where to get her out. I need to cast a spell, don't I?
All right. So you turn back to Neri, and I need both of you to make me a stealth check. Because you're still technically in view of one of the Minotaurs.
Or is this like a standing up tent?
This is a standing tent, yes. So you do have...
So you can see straight through it.
No. It has walls. So there's a tent wall here. The opening is here. So it's covered, but this guy has a little bit of sight through, let me show, here. But
Is
he's
he like massive as well?
that too, but he doesn't see above the tent. They're Minotaur-sized tents.
Okay.
So
So- If you move fast, it will catch his attention.
Okay.
But you do, you have a bit of cover.
He's going to crawl underneath the tent.
Okay.
No, because that'd still draw attention because he needs to rip through the tent.
Yeah.
It's gonna crawl behind here.
Okay.
And
where?
effectively hide behind the leather rack.
Okay.
Yep.
So, as you do that, then instead of so he'll then turn and say, "Move behind the leather rack and someone will be here to see you.
Yep.
I hope.
You see, she's gonna get up and like quickly look around and then walk around to here. You see the younger man starting to like look up, look around, starting to pay attention more. As is the younger woman. The guy who's been pacing this whole time is just stopped here and watching what is happening over by the bridge. And then she steps around the tanning rack. Neri! Neritis, why are you here? Why are you here?
Here to save you.
Sweet boy! It is incredibly dangerous here.
I'm dangerous.
Oh,
What do you want?
I'm the danger.
I'm
Knocks on
the
the door.
sure.
He grabs her and hugs her, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna
She's
get you out."
pat on the head. Yes.
But just I can get you out. Okay, I can get everyone here. All 4 of these guys with you. All 3 of these people with you. I can get them out. We just have to move towards the bridge. I will.
Okay.
My studies at university have gone very well, and I'm now versed in magic. That I'm gonna magic us out. Okay.
Okay. If
And then-
you think that's gonna work, but
Yeah.
these people, they are very dangerous. Be extremely careful.
Oh, people, they're walking cows, and I will deal with them.
Yes, and you're technically a walking fish, so
Yeah, we have to talk about that, Muffet.
oh. Oh, right. I probably should have. Okay, another time. Thought we were about to get slammed into the ground by minotaurs. What do you need us to do?
I need you to talk to these other guys. I need all 4 of you to run to the bridge. And then I need all 4 of you to get onto the giant eagles, which will magically appear out of thin air back.
I'm going to trust you, Nerdis, because I have no reason not to.
Actually, I think I'll just make the giant eagles pick you up. So when you get to the bridge, just stick your arms out like this. Like a scarecrow. Like a scarecrow. You're a scarecrow.
Okay,
On the bridge. Okay?
okay. Yes, that's gonna be easier to sell the others on instead of just jumping off a bridge.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see you, though. Did you say that out loud?
What did he say? What did he say?
I didn't hear that.
He would have said, because he can. I'm hoping he can overhear what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And he would have just kind of like poke his head round the gap, even though you can't see him because he's still got the hood on. And he's like, "Hey, jumping off the bridge was a good idea. Okay."
Do you have
to other people?
Do you have a ghost? There it is.
Oh no, this is Yanis. He has an invisibility cloak.
Okay. I'm gonna go try to convince the others to run away onto the bridge. Okay.
Don't have to worry. If any minotaurs follow you, I will conjure a massive tidal wave and kill them all.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna trust you on that. She walks back. Just looking around, see if she can see Yanis. Just, okay, hi.
Yanis will go to Neri and say, whilst your mom's doing that, I'm going to sneak around and cause a bigger distraction. And he will start kind of looking for these barrels that Artemis saw, but kind of like creeping around the camp to pierce as many of them as possible so that they start leaking.
Okay.
In the hope that they are some sort of flammable liquid that we could later drop.
Okay. Roll me.
I mean, you can always taste it to feel how alcoholic it is.
Yes.
I'm mildly concerned that he'd be inebriated within the first 5 or 6 barrels, and you'd have to come and find him afterwards. Which, to be fair, would be slightly Yanis in
Yes.
concept.
Yes. So, Yanis, please roll me 1d8 and 1d6. Oh, wait. All right. So, you start sneaking around. You find the first barrel. You manage to punch a hole in it. And immediately you're hit by the scent of ale. You know that, okay, ale, while alcoholic, is not technically flammable. You walk and then you find the next one. And it's a little bit smaller. Punch a hole and you are immediately hit by that scent of sort of distilled alcohol, and you're like, that's the one. They are gonna catch fire. And in total, as you manage to sneak around, just barely skirting around the group of minotaurs nearby, you punch a hole in 3 barrels of ale and 6 barrels of essentially whiskey.
Can he find a 7th and attempt to retrieve it?
Sure. Absolutely. It's a little big, so it's gonna be a little bit clunky to carry, but yes.
Yeah, I know what, that's kind of fine. I feel like Siri and he will both need a decent drink after all of this, and it's about time he got the party drunk.
I mean, fair. By the time you come back, mostly because I'm not gonna roleplay Neri's mother convincing the other 3 NPCs, we'll be here all night. You see, you notice that while the older of the men is still a little bit hesitant, the younger one is like almost like raring to go, like, yes, get me out the fucking hole right now. And so it is. Neri, give me a perception check.
And this is why I wanted the inspiration.
You do have a hero point if you want to use it for this as well.
Yes, I will use the hero point and get an absolute success.
All right. So, the perception check was basically to see that the conversation with the Minotaur is starting to like slow down a little bit. They're talking about bringing supplies to the chef. And so I'm gonna let you use the hero point to know whether or not you want to kick off another distraction at this point, or if you want to shepherd these 4 off without a hitch right now. Because that's what I would have given you with the higher perception check. So
yeah, he wants to get them out.
Okay.
It's like, come in this way, for fuck's sake, what are they doing?
Yeah. So basically with that hero point, you can easily lead them over to the bridge and summon the eagles without being noticed.
So Yeah, he's like, come through here, come around the tents.
Yep.
Be quiet. So they basically go around there through the tents, yeah, and then towards the bridge quietly.
Yep. So you get all of them to the bridge. Nope, there you are. That's the one. Where did my fourth one go? There she is.
There you go.
And
But by the way, Yanis,
Mm-hmm.
I can only conjure 4 giant eagles.
That's fine. I have a different way to escape.
Okay, I'll be here with you.
I mean, do you not want to go with your mother? Make sure she's safe. And at least keep the others calm when giant eagles appear and suddenly take them off. You can always come back later.
Okay. We'll pick you up at, and I point towards that bridge.
Bridge.
that one.
Oh,
The only one you can see.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll do plenty of attacking from the air.
All right. You summon the eagles, and they take your mother and the other 3. You're
So
taking.
Conjure animals at 5th level, because I need to conjure 4 giant eagles.
Okay.
They will be giant sized, so not small.
Yep. I'm gonna.
And we'll probably be using them for attacking later.
All right. You're taking them to the bridge, or you're taking them to the to Lizzie?
So the giant eagles basically appear and they'll swoop down, grab them if they're doing the scarecrow.
Yeah. They're like.
So they'll grab them by the arms and take them to the bridge.
Okay.
Take them to to Lizzie.
Yeah.
Straight to Lizzie. Lizzie's high above and safe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And he'll jump. He'll tell his mum to hold on to him, and then he'll let that eagle grab him.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Do I notice the eagles?
I was just about to get to that. So, Artemis, with your absolutely insane passive perception, you haven't noticed anything else that's happening, but suddenly there are 4 giant eagles that just swoop in to Lizzie out of the corner of your eye.
I will.
Carrying people.
Carrying people.
She will break the seal on one of the scrolls.
All right then.
And
And I'm gonna get killed. Nice knowing you guys.
So that's what's conjure lightning? How
like she's doing it stealthily as well. Like she's just breaking the seal, and then she's gonna kind of just put her hand on Siri. It's gonna be like, time to go, and she janks her back, and she pulls out her scimitars, and she's about to jump on top of the Minotaur.
All right. Give me an attack roll, Artemis.
What kind of attack roll?
Well, so Call Lightning is an action to unroll it completely, to cast it. And if you want to, you can do that and then hop into melee range. But you can't attack on that round. So you get 1 action. Then we roll initiative. So you can either use the Call Lightning or your scimitar attack before initiative.
That's what call lightning covers. I think. Well, let me check again.
It's a smaller area within range, but the range is insane.
Yeah, it's 10 feet tall, with a 60-foot radius. Set at a down point, you can see 100 feet above you. So, yeah, roughly that.
Yeah.
So basically, mostly the whole island, except.
Yeah, you can angle it so you don't hit Lizzie or any of your friends. But it's gonna be like a bit of finagling. So that's why it's so you can get either or the
it's like a storm cloud.
Yeah.
So the storm cloud's there, but the lightning only hits like a small area. So it's a single point.
Yeah, it's a single point, but you can keep calling it down on that area.
Is it an action to call it down, or is it a bonus action to call it down?
It's an action to call it down again, but it deals 3d10 per call.
Lightning damage. And it always deals damage.
Yes.
So even if they succeed at the...
Would she know that? Would you have told how it works?
You'll just vaguely know, I guess, as soon as you... Because even the people, even Baldur's Gate or any of us, that just, as soon as they open the thing, they know how to do it, don't they?
Yeah, you would. Well, you would have to open it to know how it works because it's not a ranger skill. But as soon as you cast it, you know how it works. But you have to cast it to know how it works because it's not a ranger skill for you.
But seeing as he gave it to me and explained, would he have explained that I need to focus on it more, as in I have to forsake my attacks to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, she would not use the scroll.
Okay.
She would, however, tell Siri, don't use the scroll, and pull her back and pull her blades out instead.
All right, you get you will get one action off, and then we roll initiative.
Does Leia see all this happening?
Yeah. So all of you, like,
Oh, would he not?
I'm gonna say no because Artemis is basically surprising everyone right now. Instead of just doing...
He can't be surprised.
He can't be surprised, but he doesn't get a surprise round. Because he's not... he doesn't have the reaction time to join that action. Unless you want to use his reaction to hit once. Where are my things? There it is. We're gonna roll this guy first.
Okay, yeah. Well, I will do the Dragon's Wrath attack.
Does Leia get advantage on initiative?
And since are they surprised to the point where I get advantage, or no?
No, he gets +5 to initiative.
Okay.
Okay, so he already has that.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll once for these hordes because I cannot be asked running each individually.
Leia's, yeah.
I assume that a 12 does not hit.
No, unfortunately not. As you swing... where did it go?
Yeah, I got the same as Leia.
Yes. No, so unfortunately, even though you see Mogistros get like reel back a little, he throws up his arm and managed to deflect the blow of the sword by just hitting the broadside of the sword. And just grin down at you. Just. Kitty does bite, apparently.
You kill my dog. I will now kill you like a dog.
Kill the dog.
She's going John Wick on him at the moment.
All right. With that note, Neri, you're out. You're up first. We're basically gonna do one round because this is gonna take forever, and yeah. But yeah, Neri, you're up first.
Am I on the ship with my mum?
Yes.
She's safe. Okay.
Yeah. All the NPCs that you brought with eagles are safe on Lizzie. Lizzie is about. How far can you throw a javelin? It's out of reach for a javelin. So.
How far can you?
I'm
throw it?
not.
No, Siri is not. Lizzie is. No, not Jade. Javelin.
30 foot.
Yeah.
220. 30 foot.
So
And then
Lizzie
120
is.
out. Is disadvantage.
Yeah.
Anything from 30 to
Lizzie is
120
about, I'd say, 50 feet up into the air. So you can just about dive down with the eagles and get in position. Or just drop if you want. But she's just out of comfortable range of a javelin.
Okay. And the eagles. Are we just assume? They need to roll initiative as well, or do you just want them to? Go?
No, let the eagles go on your turn.
Okay, so the eagles. I'll Neri kind of jumps on one of the eagles.
Okay.
And since they have like.
Yeah.
Why isn't my initiative coming up?
I don't know. Did you click your token when you rolled?
Get token?
Yeah, but it didn't show up at all.
Roll again then.
Roll again.
It doesn't work. Should I just? I'm just gonna try.
Hold
and
on.
restart.
It's
You're rolling
refresh.
in D&D Beyond.
No. I'm actually rolling from Roll20 this time.
Just for ask.
Okay, restarted the page. Let's see if I can.
Now, Neri, as you come down on that eagle, you can just, like, far below you, you see this kind of heat mirage dust. You can't really see the ground. It's so far down. 16.
It worked.
That worked. Woo.
Woohoo!
Woo!
He swoops down on the eagle, and the eagle kind of drops him off here, and it lands here.
Mhm.
60 feet. And he tells the other three to attack.
All right.
He's going to actually, because they are large, the eagles.
Mhm.
The tokens aren't, but they are large.
Yes.
So we'll just say they count as large. He tells two of them to he's just gonna go carry him off the edge, and he points at this one, and all three are going to fly at this one and just grab at him with their talons and go to
All right.
drag him straight off the edge.
All right. Give me attack rolls. Because he's going to fight them off. He's not going to let that happen. Well,
It's just nice birds.
yeah, totally. It's absolutely not going to shove me through a barricade of spikes and then into my falling doom.
So we have 18, 8, and a 16.
18 and 16 both hit. So you do have the leverage now to just...
And they are
Right.
the same size as him as well.
Yes.
So
So
there's
you-
two of them on him.
Yes,
at the
so
moment.
you roll me a strength check with advantage. because they are
Yeah,
helping
giant
each
eagles.
other.
Yeah.
I do believe this guy. He's
I'm
gonna,
just gonna roll this twice then.
try to fight.
Oh. Poop. It's
13.
Both get a 13.
Yeah. So you don't manage to pull him off, but you manage, like, the eagles manage to pull him to the edge. So he's like balancing on that edge right now, and basically holding on to one of the barriers, trying to fight off the eagles with the other, completely distracted to everything else because there's a 60-foot drop behind them.
Okay. The eagles get multi-attacks as well.
Yes. So you can, like, the first one was the talon attack. And I do believe that they have like a peck attack or a tear or bite.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're currently like just really distracting him. So I'm gonna say they get advantage on the attacks. Because he's like
practical
balancing, trying to hold on to the barricade, trying not to fall off.
So a 15
15 hits.
and 21.
Also hits.
A 24.
And a 24 hits, yes.
$19 piercing.
Nice. 19 piercing. Yeah, Neri, you can see this guy is like fighting for his life to not fall off that ledge. Anything else you want to do? This was your eagles.
So he looks at Siri and goes, if you want to get back to the ship, there's a spare eagle. And I pat him on the back. I will step here. And I'm going to... I mean, what else is he gonna do? What else is he gonna do? Look at all three of them just in a row. Just perfect for him. Perfect. They're just so polite. Come on. No, I want a line. That's what I want.
Yeah,
Either
whoopsies.
way.
All right.
Is it a 5-foot wide one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you could do the beam one, I think.
Huh?
The beam should be like showing.
I mean,
How
it
much
just hits them
actually
all. It
affected?
doesn't really matter. It's a 5-foot wide beam.
Yeah.
So
All right. So I do
Yeah.
believe those are strength checks, right? Or strength saves, right?
yes.
So that one. It's an 8.
Which one's that?
That's the one being harassed by eagles.
So that's a failed, and he's prone now. So does he just fall off the edge? This massive wave just smashes him in the face.
Yeah, he was on the edge. He was like half a foot down and got hit by a tidal wave. He is bite. Currently trying to grab onto one of the eagles as he's falling.
He just pecks him in the face.
I mean, he grabbed one of the eagles around the talon, so his fall is currently slowed, but he's still falling quite rapidly.
So I will give him this eagle.
This
Has a
guy,
fake parachute.
that's a 14. And
That's
this
a fail.
guy rolls a 9.
That's a fail. They all
Yes.
take 16 bludgeoning damage, and knocked prone.
All right, so these two are now prone. Hello, let me actually adjust my... Thank you.
Mogis can't go prone.
you can.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, that's the another thing. 16, and he is. Where's my prone? Shing. Doesn't really matter, just as long as I know what the hell I'm talking about. There you go.
It doesn't really matter to me.
16. And prone. Down, further down into the canyon, you hear a crunch. And a from the eagle. As that additional 16 was enough to kill him from the fall.
Cool.
Because, you know, he also took the water damage.
Eagle just flaps back up, looking happy.
Happy eagle sounds.
Yes, happy eagle sounds that I'm not sure my microphone can actually pick up. Alright. These two are prone. Leo.
Alright, let's kick this off. Let's do more damage than Leo ever does when he's not here. He's going to attack the prone guy with advantage. Because he's prone.
Yeah, go for it.
He's going to use his Crown Guardian, I'm guessing.
You don't get the extra effect until you use the intercept. But other than that,
Okay,
yes.
cool. So he doesn't get any special abilities on that.
No, not right now. Once Leo triggers the intercept reaction, you get deal extra damage with the Crown Guardian.
Okay. He's going to do add a branding smite onto his attack
All right.
with what's her P? Let's hope he gets a nat 20 with this advantage. Yeah,
Yes!
I'm gonna add as well a divine smite.
All right. Tally it up.
At 3rd level. Here we go.
Jesus Christ.
It's fine, Joe. It's fine.
Oh no, I'm gonna. Yes. Why is that?
73 damage in a single.
Yes.
Stupid about paladins. I hate them.
Yeah, but how often does a paladin actually get a crit off with yeah.
Yep.
And
And he
then
rolled high on all of the smite damage as well.
Yes.
Yep.
And yeah, he swings again because he has an extra.
Go for it.
Yeah. 27.
27 hits.
Oh, there's apparently the Crown Guardian does radiant damage as well. Yep, cool.
Where's my
Yeah,
stat
so
block?
that's
There it is.
an extra 17.
You see Leo's both hits sink in.
That was a
Both-
19 on his second hit.
Yep.
So he almost got another crit.
You see both of them sink in, and for a brief moment, the light in Mogistro's eyes go out, and then the red tint just blazes back as he stares at Leo.
Yeah. And Leo goes, "Who's the jester now, bitch?"
Perfect.
All right. Let's see. On. All right. At the end of Leo's turn, you see Mogistros stand up, neck crackling. And
Is it not the other Minotaurs first?
it is. But sometimes creatures have legendary actions.
Fuck. It's not the wrong Minotaur.
And which one? Yeah, okay. Grabbing the axe, and you see, like, Artemis, you can see Mogistros looks a little bit dazed for a moment, and then that brilliant dark brown turns completely red as these spider webs of bloodied veins just shoot through the fur, and up comes the great axe, and he's gonna bring it down on top of there we go. It's gonna bring it down on top of Leo.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, because that was the last hit he took. Please hit 22.
What does that say? I have no idea. It's not 22. It's 20. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. And for 18 slashing and 4 fire damage.
Yeah. Okay. Leo's gonna yell at me.
Isn't he either resistant or immune to fire damage now?
Yeah,
With one of the new-
Resistances. I have.
with the shield.
Where do you find the resistances?
With the Dreadnought's
Shield.
shield. He's immune to fire damage.
Okay. Does he have that attached to him now?
He should. I've told him about it. It is the Dreadnought shield. I know that much. I gave that to Leo. It gives he's immune to fire damage, so it's still
Why does he
18.
have a sentinel shield attached?
He used to have a Sentinel shield, but he was
Okay,
given
so
the shield of the
It still
Dreadnought.
gives him a +2, right? To Xerxes, like a normal.
Yeah. It's a normal shield. He's just completely immune to fire damage,
Yeah. Okay. So.
but it's still 18
Well,
slashing.
It hasn't been there for two sessions. So
I mean, that's
when
fair.
we got it for 2 sessions ago.
And he's just gonna sway there, Artemis, and you see like these burning red blood, like blood red lines through his fur, blazing out of his eyes. You get that scent of burning hair, and just spittle flying from his muzzle. And the hits that Leo landed have carved through the upper body of this, but it seems like whatever is fueling this Minotaur, whatever rage Mogis is giving him, is just keeping him there.
Yep.
That means it's these Minotaurs'
Ah.
turn.
Crap. Okay then. So that's.
This one is going
77.
to... Where do my stat blocks keep disappearing to? Is this one? It's going to... I think this was one. On Artemis? does it say,
I
Maul?
believe that misses. Let me double check. Yeah, that misses.
Alright. So, first hit, Maul misses. these guys can't get to you right now, so they're just going to move up as far as they can by dashing. Because you're basically blocked in right now. This guy is going to move up here. Can I get a line on Leo? Sort of. Okay, why can't I add that? Never mind then. How do you work? 1d66 plus strength. Fair. I'm gonna run past, grab a javelin, and just chuck it over towards Artemis. Because they can't see Yanis. So that is a d20 plus 4. Plus you have 3/4 cover, so that's not gonna hit you.
AC is 19, so
yeah.
Normally.
These ones can't move up. It is now Magistro's turn. On his turn, he's going to make 2 attacks. And you see like more of this pulsing red keeps shooting through his body. The first one he's gonna throw down on top of Leo again for 19.
Just misses.
And the second one is gonna try and land on Artemis for 9.
Misses.
So just both flail around, barely hitting Leo and not hitting Artemis at all. These guys can't move up. Well, they can move up, but that's about it. Yanis.
What I would like to do was sneak back to where I have left all of this pool of alcohol that's been sitting around all over the place. Set light to it, please.
Okay.
I have a torch and a tinderbox.
Yep, go for
So
it.
I can kind of like the torch and then just kind of toss it into where it all is, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it. Absolutely.
Perfect. I have got no idea where these barrels will be located and how much spread of fire you would like to put on.
First barrels would have been like right there. Couple are here, and a few are down towards here. And there's one pretty close to where you're standing at. So basically the spread... Will you let me draw this? Freehand? Draw. Fire. All the fire. Make a large line. So fire goes like so.
Perfect. And then basically once that's done, what he's going to do is still under his cloak of invisibility, try to sneak back towards the rest of the group.
Okay, so this group or
yes,
okay,
as in the party.
Roll me
these guys are all on the ship.
Yep.
Right. So.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Roll me a stealth check.
31.
Where's Yanis? We could start a new Where's Waldo with this one.
Yeah, not even Artemis can see him right now.
Nope.
Finally beat Artemis. Unless I roll for it, that is.
You can hear like upset calls and roars from the Minotaurs as they notice the fire spreading and the wall being created.
Can I? bonus action dash to kind of carry on going. So I've done 30
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. You're a rogue. You can do that.
Cool.
That's the thing that rogues do.
I didn't know whether or not you would let me do it because it's because he's moving stealthily.
Nah, you're fine. You have a little bit of distraction going on, and you're invisible, so...
That's fine. He basically runs around the outer edge of the outer edge of the perimeter, having set fire to half of the camp, and Neri just hears this breath, feels this breath suddenly appear on his shoulder, which I am hoping he will assume is just Yanis turning up. Hi. It's time
You
to
say
go
hi
yet?
to him.
Yeah.
Matter fast.
Fine.
Alright, Siri.
She's just pissed. She didn't get to do anything with this. She didn't get to get rid of some of the rock meat. She got yoing.
You can feed the prisoners with it. I'm sure they're very hungry.
What?
The prison, the new 4 people we have, you can feed them with it.
You have 4 more mouths to feed, so, you know.
Where is it? Where is it?
I'm not trying to give you any hints, I swear.
I'm just waiting for the part where I'm asked to roll dexterity saves, so, you know.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, there we go.
There it is!
It's 20 feet though, not 30.
Ah, man. Okay, well, you can.
Well, you could always aim for another concentration of alcoholic barrels.
But she
No
doesn't
one has
know what
told
they are.
her about them, so.
There. How about that?
Well, shoot. So basically everything is on fire here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's aiming for another fire area.
Okay. So all of these guys need to roll some dex saves. Also, Siri, please roll me a... That's a 2.
Okay.
Percentile die. That's a 3. 3 fails.
Percentile?
4
D100.
fail. D100. Sorry.
Ah.
4 fails and 5 fails.
That's
Yeah,
some
those are
really
not
bad
like-
rolls.
Yes.
Magnetas are not dexterous.
Okay. Siri,
Yeah.
first of all, what level did you cast the fireball at? Just to...
Level 4, I think.
Yeah, level 4.
Feel free to cast and upcast it by 1.
Can I cast it by 1?
No. You deal that much more damage by hitting alcohol barrels.
Oh.
So roll another.
So
D6.
another fireball,
Another
Another
D6.
Yes.
but on level 5.
No, you roll another 2d6.
Okay.
As these guys,
No, 37. Ouch.
all of these take 37 fire damage, and you just hear the sizzling explosion of grain whiskey and tents flying into tiny shards, and minotaurs screaming and starting to run away. And so all of them are currently on fire. Not dead, but on fire.
And she will look at the big minotaur, bow, and basically like, well, it was a pleasure to meet you, but Cinder has to go, and she takes the vehicle that Mary let her borrow and just be like, ta-ta!
Magistos will growl and like you see that like cling, like a little bit of a glint, and you almost hear the cogs turning, and just
If only I can vicious mockery while I do that.
yes. He's gonna use another. Well, new round, new legendary actions. Swing at Leo again, but looking at Siri. For 21.
Yeah, thanks.
For 19 slashing damage.
He hasn't activated his fire shield yet, so that's 23 again.
Okay. And yeah, he's just you leaving leaves me the jester. Funny that.
Yeah, Leah just goes, "Oh, you killed that! Hit me hard!" like he wasn't the fucking
God.
game.
Siri starts to understand what the fuck, what the
I've never felt more alive.
Alright, Siri. You still have movement? Bonus action?
she will just look at the so-called jester that she has. Darling, would you be a dear to just get rid of him? And giving him a bardic inspiration.
Alright, Artemis.
I love how you're focusing so much on the jester when I am your target. And she's gonna cast. Let's see here.
You again?
Who are you again? Searing Smite. On top of her attack. Let's see. I'm just gonna check. Is this an action or bonus action, or is it?
Searing Smite is a
sorry.
bonus action.
Bonus action, yeah.
Yeah, but favored foe.
Favorite
That's just a
foe,
thing.
I think, just
No,
happens.
Yeah, it just happens.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Minotaurs are your favorite bird?
I am with the optional rule, so anyone I attack is my favorite foe
Oh, okay.
for the moment. So Dragon's Wrath. Actually, she's gonna. He's really tall, right?
Yes.
Could she slide under him and appear on the other side, or as part of her attack?
As part of your attack, I'll allow that, yes. Because that would be technically be like you're moving around. But
Yeah, she's kind of
flavoring
slicing
like
on his legs, like
Yeah.
on his tendons.
we're just gonna flavor it like you're sliding under, but it's just mechanically you move around, but flavor-wise you slide between his legs.
Would I get advantage then, as in flanking?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, cool.
Because it would technically be your movement. So, yeah.
Advantage. 17.
17 hits.
Cool. So 16 slashing, 5 fire damage, and 6 extra damage, and 1 extra fire damage. So 6 fire damage, I guess.
Artemis.
Mhm.
Let me just... How do you want to do this?
Oh.
So basically, she slides under and cuts his tendons,
Mhm.
Then she basically just jump up onto his shoulders and just say, "This is for my dog." And she just swipes with a blade and just cuts off his head.
Nice. And as
But
the
she grabs it as well.
yeah, you see the for a brief moment as you're holding the head, the eyes turn towards you, the muzzle open, and you see this green kind of tint run down his jaws, and then the red light in the eyes seem to fade from the eyes and continue as well down to where this huge body drops to the ground with a slamming of stone that echoes out across the mesa.
Does the green stuff look like poison?
It kind of looks like mold.
As my mother being a badass, has she been poisoning them this whole time?
A little bit like meta. Yes, she has been poisoning them a lot.
She basically just raises the head and just screams out to all the minotaurs and say, "Your leader is dead! Give up or you shall all fall to the same fate."
As Artemis does that, can I fire off 2 Eldritch Blasts from this cloak as if it's like weird magic? It doesn't have to hit anybody. But it's literally just like
absolutely,
firing off,
absolutely, you
Eldritch
can do
Blasts.
that.
Fireworks just
Holding it up, this tiny human with fiery red hair holding up Mogistro's head. Like, his head is like your torso in size. And you're just holding it by the hair. Calling out across this plateau. And for a brief second, there's quiet. Then you hear the calling of 4 eagles in reply. And then rattling of weapons. As the minotaurs next to you all fall to one knee, look up at you. You can see like this burning hatred. But you have just defeated their leader. One who was on par with a legendary warlord. And I think that's where we'll be wrapping today.